What are you doing with my silverware? What are you doing with my silverware? What the hell are these? Oh, what the hell are these hoes? What the hell are these hoes? What the hell are these hoes? Yeah, yeah. I will get to talk to Satan soon as I will get to talk to Satan soon as I will get to talk to Satan soon as I will get to talk to Satan. This one goes to my sister Crystal. This next one is called Jack and the Rat. That was Digging for Satan, true story. There was a man named Jack, and he had an acid flashback. In the middle of his board meeting, the walls started breathing. His armpits started to sweat, and his eyes started to bud. And he knew it was over 123. Naked midgets crawled out from under the rug, and he got up and he said, "Excuse me," and as he did, the ceiling began to fall. And he dove on the table, all of a sudden he became a quarter-inch tall. And he yelled out, "Hey guys, help!" But no one seemed to hear. And he looked up to see that they were all naked and war-painted and carrying very large spears. Ooh, I see flashback. Hayden, dim the lights, man. Ooh, I see flashback. Well, he got up on a rat and he said, "Go, rat, let's go." And the rat said, "Yo, Jack, where you wanna go?" And Jack said, "I wanna go to a disco now." Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. And like a, staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. They flew under the clouds and they flew under the sea. And Jack thought to himself, "I'm really starting to dig this fucked up reality. And what do you know? They landed down in Johnny Parrott show. They couldn't find a disco, so they played their own show. Jack got on the microphone, and the rat got all the stand-up bass. And all the peoples of the towns were dancing around with big, huge smiles on their faces, singing, "Ooh, I see flashback." Well, Jack decided he would never go back to that boring suit and tie. He would rather just fly. Thanks, Hayden. I felt like I was under arrest. Makes it feel like no one understands. Where do we go when the questions run deep into your soul, awake from sleep? Cigarette burns the questions away. In the middle of the night, we begin to pray. Don't you know the only constant is change? We wake up to the sun every day. Yeah. We silently reached the top of the hill, only to come down. Only to come down, down, down once again. How's that for a sad song, Jenny Parrott? Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jenny. I should have brought a parrot. I meant to. Bottom of the room, stop. Energy, liquid forming, surprises. And me again, you'll tell me with your eyes. I've got to go on this headstrong trip, cause these mingling voices just won't quit. Get out of the party with simple human hearts. Massage on my shoes and roll out the door. We are always in a hurry for more. Instant gratification. It's a gratification of my body and my mind. Yeah, hey, we are living in microwavable times. Tell me, what did you see when you took a look inside? Did you find a treasure? We're all running around trying to find, half blind, looking for a clue. I'm looking for myself, think Batman do. And the penny when you open your eyes, it's all about perception and state of mind. We are at the most of a blessed thing we call time. Take off your clothes and set them on fire. Embrace and mutilate as per human desire. Brace yourself because me and you are gone, and there ain't nothing higher. There ain't nothing higher. Ain't nothing higher. There ain't nothing higher. Instant gratification. It's a gratification of my body and my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are living in microwavable times. We are living in microwavable times. We are living in microwavable times. That's a real old one I pulled out for you. How many more songs? Like a half of one?
Pardon?
Can I play a few more?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna interview you.
That's what I'm real nervous about.
Just chat.
Isn't that the same thing though?
It's like less formal if we just chat and gossip.
Let's get formal. We can gossip. A thousand baby earwigs hatching in your brain. Twice as many scorpions driving you insane. I come in many sizes, I strike anywhere I go for your body, so you better beware. Oh yeah. Devil is my master, humans are my prey. My poison strikes you faster than the break of day. My common cold and venom will affect the minds. Wasn't knowing what adopt me as the pet. Oh yeah, 'cause I'm so insect, yeah. Hey, hey. I'm so insect, yeah. Hey, hey. My colonies are growing, the bones in at my feet. Semi-water mollies, drugs are all they eat. The world's full of insects, I'm good for the greed. My bugs, I must protect it cause they give me all I need. Oh yeah. The devil's my master, humans are my prey. My poison strikes you fast out than the break of day. My colonies are growing, my venom will infect the minds. Was annoying what will tell me as their pets. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm so innocent, yeah. Hey, hey. I'm so innocent, yeah. Hey, hey. Come to me, baby, Mr. Insect wants to crawl, 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 crawl all over you and sting you to death, baby, and sting you to death. Mr. Insect. Thanks, man. Okay, this is my take on a country song I wrote a while ago. I grew up in a trailer park called Sunrise. I lived there with my mom, pa, 7 cats, 5 brothers, and my grandpa who thought he could fly, Mama always used to wear big plastic, big rollers in her hair. She went everywhere with those damn things in. I guess she just didn't care. Oh yeah, she was proud to be a white trash America. Yeah, she's proud of a white trash family. She's proud to be a white trash America. As she taught us that love is more rich than money. Sorry, I said fuck. Father worked in a factory and every night he would come home tired. He really didn't say too much. He sat in front of the TV and his breath smelled like fire. Well, let me tell you, that love in his eyes up until the day he died. And every night he spoke through his pride as the dinner table came alive with spam and tuna surprise. I'm proud to be a white trash America. Oh yeah, I'm proud of a white trash family. I'm proud to be a white trash America. Don't you wish you were poor and happy just like me? Thanks, guys. Guess I'll do one more. It's called Pope on a Rope, and I'm gonna. My band's One Good Lung, and the new Pope has one good lung, so I wrote a song about it. Yeah, I like find out all this weird one good lung information because I have that band name. Like, I've heard lots of stories, but yeah, he has one good lung. His lung collapsed. He's all right.
He's a smoking good coke.
It sounds a lot better with a metal band, but I'm gonna do it because it's our new single. Oh, pals, what good lung? Mother Mary in her Hope has one good love. Smokes the weed out of his holy bone. Sings a one-eyed sacred song. Mother Mary and her phone. Hope has one good love. Smokes weed out of his holy bone. Sings a one-eyed sacred song. Mother Mary in her phone. Well, we might get some comments on that song. Thanks.
You can stay right there if you want, and I'm gonna sit next to you.
Can I have that water in a rocks glass?
This one must be water. Yay! That was awesome.
Thank you.
Here we are, just like Oprah and Barbara.
Oh my God, did you
Walters.
see the outfit that
That Hayden's wearing behind the bar. He looks great. So that was really cool. And you have a band called One Good Lung.
My band is One Good Long. I write all the songs.
That's awesome. I
I'm
thought your
Aimee
song.
Lane. This is my This is my other thing, Aimee Lane. Like acoustic.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just kind of decided it now.
Right. Because you said this was your first show, and I wasn't sure if you were joking / you meant like,
Sarcasm.
yeah, I thought it
But I haven't played acoustic in a long time.
sounded awesome.
Yeah?
It's really cool to hear your finger work going nuts on that Martin. I don't think that Martin's played much metal licks and whatnot.
It's not going to be the same.
Yeah, my fingers are going to start doing crazy things.
They will.
So when did you first start getting into music? And was it like metal and punk when you were like getting into music, and were you like, I'm going to do that? How did you start is what I want to know. Because I think it's unusual. I mean, it's not like super rare, but ladies in music, not everyone can like play the shit out of the guitar, and
really
you've got it
just-
going on.
Joined a band to get laid.
You joined a band to get laid, and did it work?
Pretty good.
Okay.
No, really though. Man, I think I was born with it. I was just telling my boyfriend Glenn over there that my parents, when I was 4, I knew all the words to Bob Seger's Last Page.
Yes.
And they were fucking. Sorry, God.
You can cuss. It's
Okay,
totally
they
fine.
were fucking freaked out. They were like, "What?" I was sitting in the backseat of the car and they're driving, and I knew every single. What that song about being on the road and touring? Metallica did an awful cover of it and shit.
Were your folks encouraging of young Miss Lane?
Yes, absolutely. They're like, just don't have sex with a carny and graduate high school, and then you can do what you want.
Aww.
I did all right.
That's
So-
nice. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then, Jim Morrison really propelled me into a lot of things, discovering him in the 60s. So I graduated high school, and
I didn't want to go to college because I watched my friends drop out. I had older friends, so I was gonna follow the Grateful Dead.
Uh-huh.
Because I already been to a few Dead shows, and it's this whole scene, that's not society. And I'm like, man, I got $400. I'm gonna follow the Dead. And I was working at a Sugar Creek, and my buddy came in. He's like, "You want to go to California tomorrow on a Greyhound? Bring your guitar." So I did, and then that's when I really started playing.
No way.
So I was hungry. Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it got you fed, like you busked. Is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, 40s and pizzas. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like band fare.
Yeah. So then, my dad bought me that guitar, and I brought it to California and made it happen.
Wow.
So I started with acoustic and actually went to electric, which is a whole different beast,
Mm-hmm.
But,
I've only
now
really
I'm
tried electric like once or twice in my life, and it felt like spaghetti after playing this.
fucking cables and but it's great. It's like
A whole new world.
whole new world.
I was hoping you would do that. So what are the other types in your band like? Is it men in your band or women? Is it
It's been everything. Started out with chicks, all chicks, and then slowly progressed to all dudes.
Do you find that one or the other is easier to work with, or a different kind of personality types are easier to work with?
Bands suck, basically.
Tell me more.
It's just really. I'm starting to come from the business side of things, not the party rock and roll. I mean, I've been playing this town forever. Like, yeah, I get free pizza here and there, but like, I want to like get out with the band and really start trying to get festivals.
Yeah.
Really don't know. Like, I'm the Jim Morrison, not the Ray Manzarek, so it's hard to write all the songs and book the shows and practice. I'm not trying to whine, but
No,
I'm
it's
really
just
not
legitimate
good at
concern.
managing on top of it. So, who wants to manage me? Any millionaires out there?
There's a great word for that, benefactor.
Yeah,
We're looking for benefactors.
no sexual favors, but yeah, I mean, I just want to make good music, really. So, we're recording. We're in the studio. One of the ones in the studio next Saturday. We're doing some new stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like, what are the other instruments in your band? Drums and
A theremin player.
is
Blair.
it Aileen?
It's Blair.
Oh, I don't know Blair. I don't believe.
From he plays here every Friday.
Oh.
Future Air Travel.
Yeah.
He's got the big shop glasses.
Yeah.
Wears a tuxedo. Yeah.
Future of air travel
Yeah.
fans up in here.
So he approached me and was like, "I want to play with you." I'm like, "Whoa, okay,
Cool.
yeah."
And I know you do improv too, like not comedy. Maybe you do that too, but like you've been playing improvised guitar with Matey's play recently. Is that right?
We did it once.
just
70-minute
once.
play. Yeah.
And did you play the whole time?
I wrote the parts for that. The loop glamour box thing. It's like 80 knobs and a couple switches, so that's pretty much always improvised. But yeah, we rehearsed that a few times. Just basically went over the script. It's the first time I've ever done anything like that, and it was a success. I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, it sounded really cool. Like everyone really enjoyed it, and
We'll do it again.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone in the
Popsicle.
live audience have a question for Aimee Lane? And we can turn to the computer and see if our digital audience has a question.
Who's your band playing?
One is One Good Long playing.
We're doing a Motorhead tribute show at Nomads on the 20th. But really, I'm just concentrating on recording and booking, like
Wha-
a tour. So
Cool. Where do you want to tour to? Like anywhere?
Africa,
Hell yeah. Is that a possible thing that people do?
probably not next year. I'm from Rochester, so I'm gonna start there. Just do like an East Coast tour.
Yeah. Cool.
And I can get like gigs in Philly from Matey.
Yeah, I'm sure Matey could help with
Yeah.
that. What do you want people to like take away from One Good Long or an Aimee Lane show? Do you want them to be like,
I don't really think about it because it's like just have to do it, or like I don't have a purpose in life because I've been doing it so long. But I've had a lot of women come up to me and say, "Man, you just inspired me to, really like fucking be strong and
Yeah.
play." And so a lot of my songs are about, I grew up with, God, if my mom's listening right now, but like, I went to church.
Is her
school and all
internet
this
name
stuff.
Joe?
Yes, fuck, Mom. A lot of my songs are about Satan, but really it's like, kind of, for me, it's personal stuff, just really like God is Satan, Satan's God. Like, it's just a thing that if I find intriguing, a couple of songs I played tonight were about revolution, but, be your own God, and,
When you talk about Satan, is that like a metaphor for perhaps bad things that people can do, or do you actually believe in like the Christian? No, the Jews don't believe in Satan. Christian Satan.
I think like worshiping Satan is the same thing as worshiping God. I mean, worship. I really don't know yet why I do the things I do.
Oh, that's fine. Neither
think
do
it's
I. I
kind
just
of-
think
yeah.
it's fun to chat about
I'm
it.
like, wow, there's another song about Satan. What the fuck? I mean, I'm not a Satanist, I don't know. I think it's kind of a healing thing, Hail Satan, motherfuckers. But living outside the box and just kind of taboo, I think it's great. Like that first song I played, "Digging for Satan," I was actually out in the yard digging, trying to find
I
a devil.
loved that. No way. So that's
As a kid. Yeah. What
You
the
were
hell-
digging for Satan.
My
That's
mom
freaking
came
awesome.
out and was like, "Where's all? What do you do with my silverware?" Because I had all those spoons, and then I couldn't reach heaven. I mean, it was innocent, but I'm like, wow, this church was telling me that like, if I'm bad, I'm gonna go to hell. So I want to talk to this motherfucker.
I want to see what he's got to say
Yeah.
about the accommodations.
Fuck.
Wow,
It's
that's
very
fascinating.
interesting. Like,
Is your mom so she's still with us?
that's funny. I have a band called Your Mom, and I played a bunch of Your Mom songs. So, shout out to Your Mom. 2-piece band in New York. Yeah.
Cool.
My mom is not a Satanist. Is that what you asked?
No, I said so she's still with us.
Oh, yes.
Cool.
She rules. What's up, Mom? I
Um,
miss her. I'm going to go see her.
is she in Rochester?
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Geneseo. All my family's in Rochester.
They probably bundled up right now against the
That's why I'm here.
Satan-like cold.
Mm-hmm.
So did you see, like you mentioned, like you got a guitar so you could kind of go follow the dead and this and that?
Nope.
No?
That's not, no. My dad bought me a guitar, and I've always just wanted to sing.
Uh-huh.
I had the guitar, and I actually sat in the corner of my room and gathered dust, like, for a while. And then I took it to California and was, like, hungry. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to play this. And played some Nirvana songs. But I really just wanted to sing and not have to depend on anybody. So it's when I started learning, and now it's kind of like I'm sort of stuck with it. I actually hate guitar.
What would strike your fancy if
Just
you could play
singing.
anything? Oh, yeah.
Or playing drums. But,
I felt like that before with guitar. I'm like, well, I'm glad I can accompany myself, but everybody plays a freaking guitar, and I'm, nothing special at it. And I'm like, what would be cool? I'm like, harp,
Keytar.
guitar. I love playing
I think
Matey's
it's coming
piano.
back. You're
I'm so
great.
glad that she has this piano here. I never really played before I started playing here.
Dude, you remind me of this chick Melanie from the 60s. She's awesome, and I've said that every time. And I gotta just buy you a CD or something because she's badass.
Cool.
Your voice is pretty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other lingering questions from the audience? I'll check on Joe. Joe.
When did you? What got you into music?
The first time I knew, I was like, I've got to do this. I was like maybe 4 or 5 at a local high school musical. It's like Into the Woods, and this girl in the town I grew up in, they just had, a girl who could sing her butt off. And I remember I was like at the back of the room, and I was real little, and she gave me goosebumps on my skin, and I went, I want to do that. I want to figure out how to sing like that and give some people goosebumps.
Man, goosebumps.
Bum, 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 bum. It's the Goosebumps theme song.
Did you have goosebumps before that? Were you like, oh my
Never,
God?
not from an experience.
So she popped your goosebump cherry.
Yeah, she totally. That was the first time I was like, music blown away, and by
And you were
something
like,
live. I need to do that. Yeah.
It was like Pat Benatar, Cyndi Lauper, and Madonna for me. Yeah.
Oh my
Michael
God.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, I was like singing out like a virgin in second grade with fucking like pantyhose in my hair, skipping up and down the bed. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
we would sing to Rod Stewart, me and my girlfriends in the mirror, and like put makeup on and like push each other like I'm the leader,
That's cool. Yeah, my family listened to a lot of that kind of music you can get from the TV, like Pure Moods. There's a lot of strange music going down at my house. And we would giggle at it at the dinner table, and my dad would bang his fork on the plate and say, "No laughing at the music." And we'd be like, "But dude, Enya and Yanni together? Like, whoa, this is funny."
It's like pure hell.
Yeah, my mom listened to the Rat Pack, so I got to hear some good singers in that.
Who was in the Rat Pack, man? Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra. Dean Martin.
Dean.
The crooners, man.
Dean, where's the stage, man? Martin. Two other guys that no one
Two other
remembers.
dudes. Who are those dudes? Will somebody write in on who those dudes are?
So if you met like a young woman who was like, I'm got a guitar, or I don't know what's going on, but I gotta play, or I'm going to California, like, what would you say?
Well, I met a young woman at Antone's Records. I worked there Monday.
She
came in. She had these guitar picks, and she was buying. What was she buying, Glenn? Records for like Olivia Newton-John. Just a little sweet thing. And she's just like, "Do you want a guitar pick?" And she had this like cute homemade guitar picks, And
She had the guitar pick stamp where you can stamp them out.
yeah, and Glenn was like, "Do you play?" And she was like, "I play ukulele." And I'm like, well, that's badass. Come to Dozen Street. And she did.
Yeah.
And she had her first show. And she was up here shaking. And she's 18. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, but, yeah, I mean, I love giving, like, people.
Encouraging folks.
I think I inspire people. And they go, later, Aimee, I'm going to, like, go on this world tour and shit. And,
Yeah.
sitting here going, okay.
Well, that's cool that you encouraged her, and she got over to the Dozen Street. Dozen Street's cool. They let me play all the time. They do cool things.
It's revolution here. But, yeah, go to California. If you're young, do it, man. Travel. I have tons of experience, which I think, like, is richer than college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can learn a lot of strange things.
Like, I'm way smarter.
By living on
I'm
the
way
street.
smarter than a lot of people that I meet.
Yeah, your survival instincts are probably really good.
Still, like, more insecure than all of them. That's fucking
We're insecure. Can we eat your food? Well, thank you so much, Aimee Lane. That was awesome.
Thanks, Jenny.
Put it together, y'all. Do 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 do. I don't have any punk rock or metal to go with that. I really liked hearing metal licks on the acoustic guitar. It reminded me of college. I used to live with this fellow who was the guitarist in a band called Gengistron, and he would practice the guitar licks on anything that was around, and it was just nice to hear them in a way that they're not supposed to be. Thanks for sticking around, y'all. You're at the Jenny Parrott Show featuring Aimee Lane. If you want to come next week, we will have some food made by Chef Jay Guidry. Shay J. Me too. He employed me for like 5 years. Wow. Ooh, when I was young, I had a love. He sang sweet, soft melodies. Now that I am sad, I hear him still. But I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. No, I never knew if I. Well, once he told me she was now his girlfriend, so we stole wine from their wedding. Oh, once he told me how I looked pretty as I folded his laundry, but I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. I never knew if When I was young, I had a love. He sang sweet, soft melodies. Now that I'm sad, I hear him still. But I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched his heart. I never knew if I touched him. No, I never knew if I. Thank you. Well, I've come here to tell you folks that I'm ragged, but I'm right. I'm a tramping around her. I stay out late at night. A porterhouse steak 3 times a day for my board. It's more than any loafer in this big town can afford. A big electric fan to keep me cool while I sleep, and a little baby boy to play around daddy's feet. I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks that I'm ragged, but I'm right. Oh, I knew when I got married that I'd settle down and build a little love nest here in my hometown. Now I've got a family, one that I'm proud of, and I know that I'll be happy because they're the ones I love. A big electric fan to keep me cool while I sleep, and little baby boys need to play around daddy's feet. I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Well, I'm a rambler and a gambler, and I lead every life. And I tell you folks I'm ragged, but I'm right. Thank you. I don't know who wrote that, but George Jones sure sang it when he was alive and kicking. And when he was close to death and kicking, he sang it too. Happy Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. Jericho, it was Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You can talk about the man of Gideon, you can talk about the man of Saul, but there's none good like old Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. 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 Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Up to the walls of Jericho, with a sword drawn in his hand. You can blow them horns, cried Joshua, 'cause the battle is in my hands. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho. Jericho, it was Jericho. Joshua at the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. This morning, the walls came tumbling down. Hosanna, the walls came tumbling down. Thank you. No way.
I thought he only wrote Window Up Above. Dang, if you're only going to write 2 songs in your life.
I want to start over again and unwrite everything that I've written and then just concentrate on 2 really good ones. What kind of love did we have? What kind of love did we have? Not the binding kind, not the finding kind. What kind of love did we have? Ooh, I love to touch you. Ooh, I love it when you touch me. Thank you so much. I really feel lucky to be playing for you guys here every week. And thank you for listening. Thank you for drinking, and thank you for tipping Hayden Hoodoo behind the bar. Hey, old flame, let's dance the night away. 'Cause I'm gonna keep myself from you someday. But tonight
so sure. Well, you've reached for me so many times, and I've held your heart in mine. When we were young and out of time, what will I choose? What will I choose? What will I And then there's the man I'll leave behind. He's your good friend, and for years he's been mine. But they say that you'll just know, and my heart's crying go. So tell me what I already know.
guys can totally walk by the cameras. There's probably like 4 people watching, and when I'm really popular, there's gonna be like 40,000 people watching that on podcast, and they're like, "Who's that babe? Who's that babe who went by?" Or they're gonna see like the top of a lot of people's heads going. Yeah. I have time for a couple more, and I'm already really excited for next week because I have new songs, which makes, I think, artists really excited. And maybe I'll write another new song for next week just to keep it super exciting. Ah! 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 Okay. Cool. Just making noises. Yeah.
Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me and your mama too. But I've been fucking up my love of my world. Oh no, yeah. Oh no. So I can would I like to be your girl? Oh no, yeah. I'm walking down the road with a head full of gold. I'm picking up old thoughts and remembering what you sold. It's a cheap way to live and it makes you feel broke. All the roads, yeah, they're broken. Every another old man tell you your dreams just a joke. 'Cause it's a joke, yeah, it's a joke. Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me and your mama too. But I've been all over my world, oh no, yeah, ooh no. So I can, wouldn't I like to be your girl? Oh no, yeah. What's that in your chest? It looks like the best. I'll put it to the test and touch it with my flesh. When you tell me you don't want me, everything turns green, 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 green. You lose so much in love. What you think that mean? Oh, what it mean? Yeah, what it mean? Little baby Lou, I love you. You're so good to me, and you're mine too. But I've been in all over my world, oh no, yeah, no. And I can, would not like to be your girl, no, yeah, no. So I can, would not like to be your girl, no, yeah, oh no, yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more,
And then it'll be time for Chris Brown. Well, it won't exactly be time, but it'll be time to get ready for the time of Chris Brown.
I can't stop drinking my topo. Well, there was a time when at the drop of a dime I would run and leave my good life behind and drive into the sun. Then I'd run through the fields to your house out there on the plains, just to hold your sweet hand anytime that it rains. But there's a weight on my heart that's aching with grief and bliss, and I won't feel the same after ever being like this. So let me run to you, run to you. Let me run to you, run to you. Thank you, Javier, Rocky, Hayden, and everyone else for being here. I really appreciate you. I'm Jenny, and we'll see you in a week.